Did you know that over 6 million men struggle with depression every year, yet most of them never say a word? The image of silent strength is killing us. For years, society told us that real men don't cry, that asking for help is weakness, and that toughing it out is what separates the strong from the frail. But here's the shocking reality. Men's depression is everywhere, hiding in plain sight behind the very masks we're told to wear. Today, on the Growth Mindset Project, we're pulling back the curtain on men's depression, exposing the silent danger and the truths no one ever says out loud. Before we dig deep, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Here at the Growth Mindset Project, we confront uncomfortable realities to empower men and women to lead better, healthier lives. Don't miss out on videos that can change the way you see yourself and the world. Let's get brutally honest about men's depression. Picture a young boy who hears every single day, "Man up. Stop being so emotional. Why are you crying? You're supposed to be strong." These phrases burrow deep, shaping our core beliefs. We learn to bottle up sadness, to transform pain into silence. Stress? Push through. Fear? Ignore it. Loneliness? Hide it behind a busy schedule or a half-hearted laugh. So men lock it away, convinced that expressing pain only proves their weakness. But here's the twist. It's not the emotions that make us weak. The silence does. The truth is, many of us tiptoe through life wearing invisible armor. We get up each morning, go to work, joke with colleagues, show up for family dinner. No one suspects a thing. Some of the most together guys, the responsible dads, the go-getters, the gym regulars, are fighting invisible battles every single day. Outwardly, it's all smiles and handshakes. Inside, it's emptiness, fatigue, and numbness that just won't fade, no matter how much we achieve. Men's depression doesn't always look like crying in the dark. More often, it looks like a guy who's running on autopilot, doing everything right, but feeling nothing at all. That's why high-functioning depression is so dangerous. On the surface, you're thriving, but inside, life feels dull. Days blend together. The victories don't satisfy. You can look completely fine and still be fading bit by bit. And the longer you hide it, the more you function, the more alienated you feel. When you fake a smile for long enough, you start to forget what a real one feels like. Another unsettling truth about men's depression. Men are convinced they have to fix it all themselves. We're taught that real men don't need help. Handle your business, keep your head down, don't bother others. But you can't mend a broken bone by ignoring it. In the same way, you can't heal your mind if you refuse to acknowledge the pain. Refusing help isn't strength. It's fear, plain and simple. Fear of judgment, of being less than, of losing control. Yet, in reality, asking for help isn't losing control. It's taking your power back, one honest word at a time. At this point, if you recognize anything I've said in yourself or someone you care about, hit that like button. Drop a comment sharing your story or your thoughts. You never know who you might help just by speaking up. Let's drop another myth. Depression is only for the weak or lazy. Too many men dismiss what they're going through, convinced that if they're holding a job, hitting the gym, or supporting their families, they can't possibly be depressed. But keeping busy is often just another way to dodge what's really happening inside. You might hit all your goals, crush every deadline, but if real joy never shows up, if stopping even for a second scares you, it's a signal. Activity isn't always achievement. Sometimes it's just a running away. Success doesn't always mean happiness. Sometimes it's just a well-built mask. Let's talk about the advice men get when they do try to open up. Snap out of it. Think positive. Look on the bright side. As if you can lift depression by sheer willpower. So you try. You push harder. Exercise more. Pile on achievements. Joke around. Bury yourself in work. But the weight doesn't move. It sits there heavy, unshakable. And when trying harder fails, the guilt grows. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be happy? That's a burden no one should carry in silence. Depression isn't a choice. It isn't laziness or self-pity. It's your mind's way of saying, I need care, not commands. We'd never tell someone to just walk off a broken leg. So why do we say it about mental pain? Here's a side of men's depression that gets almost no attention. It can look like anger, not sadness. Society treats anger from men as just another part of being masculine, even when it's really pain in disguise. It's snapping over small things, being irritable for no obvious reason, boiling inside with frustration. That anger isn't who you are. It's a survival tactic. It shields softer, scarier emotions, like grief, fear, or exhaustion, that no one ever taught you to express. Underneath anger, there's often pain that's been locked away for too long. Midway through our journey, a quick reminder. If any of this resonates, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your voice is powerful, and it can create real change. So why don't men just talk about their feelings? Most guys never learned how. Vulnerability was either ridiculed or ignored. So instead of speaking up, we joke, we work, we distract ourselves with habits, the gym, the bar, the screen. But emotions don't just disappear because we stay silent. They wait, and they always find their own way out, often at the worst times. Talking about pain doesn't make it worse. It gives it somewhere to go. It's not weakness to speak, it's human to hurt. Depression doesn't make anyone less of a man. You don't lose your worth by admitting you're struggling. You don't lose your strength by asking for help. If anything, you create a new kind of strength. The kind fueled by honesty, compassion, and the willingness to keep moving forward even when the weight feels unbearable. You don't have to forget everything you were taught about being strong. Just redefine it. True strength is surviving, not hiding. If any of this hits close to home, consider reaching out. Call a friend. Find a therapist. Text your brother. Search for someone who will listen. Your pain isn't meant to be carried alone. Silence never saved anyone. But speaking up, even in a whisper, might save a life. And if this message speaks to you, send it to someone who needs to hear it. Share your story. You have no idea whose life you might change, starting with your own. If you want more eye-opening discussions on men's mental health and personal growth, check out our other videos right now and make sure to hit that bell so you don't miss anything from the Growth Mindset Project. Your story matters. Stay strong, stay growing, and we'll see you in the next video.